My brother molested me and my mom doesn't care. So first of all, I was watching Deontay Kyle on Don't Call Me White Girls podcast. And part of the podcast, um, he mentioned, I believe, don't quote me, he was 8 years old when he said an older person did something sexually to him. And at the time, he didn't know what it was, but he knew it was wrong. And that triggered memories that were like dormant in my mind for so long that I damn near forgot about it. Like this one specific memory, I was so young when it happened, and then when the memory will come back, I can't picture what happened before or afterwards. I just could remember that one little part, and it was confusing to me because I'm like, why would I do this? I was such a young age. For context, I haven't brung that up until all of this came out because it was so embarrassing and shame. I felt shame when I shouldn't have felt shame as a victim, but I just didn't know I was a victim. I didn't know what the fuck was what. Like, why was this memory there? Like, part of me kind of wondered if I made it up because the person involved, which is my older brother, who's 15 years older than me, like, just went along with life like it just never happened. But I know that memory exists. But when these other memories started coming back, now this memory that always stayed in my head makes sense. Now this memory, I had to been maybe 5 or 6 years old, something like that, maybe even 7. I know I was really young, really young. I had we were in church this day. I don't know if it was like a special day because my brother barely would come to church. And this dress that I remember wearing was like, I feel like it was one of the fancy dresses. I don't know, but it was like black plaid, like I want to say it was plaid on it, and it was ruffles, like it flared out at the bottom, and the top was like black suede or something like that. Anyways, I had on that dress. My brother laid my head on his lap. We were in church, and with my head on his lap, I remember just thinking, "Suck it." I'm young as fuck. What do I know about this? What do I know about this? Like I'm looking at my daughter now. My daughter, she doesn't know any of the things that I knew at her age. And I'm like, why did I know all of those things? When it came back to me with all those other memories, I'm thinking like, hold on, because I used to be like I never will talk about it because I never felt comfortable really talking to my mom about anything. It's like you would get in trouble for mentioning like having concerns or just mentioning something. You'd get in trouble. But once I got older, like the last few weeks, and that memory came back, I'm like, why was I comfortable doing this with him? Why was I having these thoughts with him? I'm an adult now. So I'm thinking about things as a whole on a whole different level. Like the last time that memory was in my head, I probably was a kid. So I still wasn't processing it, what was going on, and I'm not mentioning it because I'm gonna get in trouble. But now as an adult, I'm like, wait, I was this young. What the fuck did I know about some suck it when my head is in a man's lap? That means somebody was grooming me somewhere. The only difference is this is why that memory stuck out to me so much. Because we were in church when I did it. I guess that was gonna blow his cover. So he pushed me off of his lap. And I was so confused. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what's wrong? What did I do wrong? Like, this is something we always do. Now it's making sense. We were in church. I was about to blow his cover in front of everyone. I'm wondering he's pushing me. Like, what did I do wrong? Because that's something we would do at home. And like I said, I remember my mom saying, Don't talk about what goes on in this house. So who knows if I told her and forgot that I did, honestly. Anyways, though, those memories of inappropriate behaviors with me and my brother, who's, like I said, 15 years older than me, started coming back. And then, like I said, just the thought that I was so curious at a young age with other kids my age. And I'm wondering why that was so. And my daughter, who's my age, well, who's like young, she's not like that. Now it makes sense why I was like that. These memories, these memories started coming back so much. Like, I almost thought they were fake. Like, am I making it up? Because there's no way I will forget this. Like, no way would I forget this. Like, I had this man in my life up until a few months ago. He's been around me and my kids. It's no way I would have forgotten this. Like, am I tripping? So before I riddle myself crazy, I went to Google. I'm like, is it normal for memories to come back from your childhood that you forgot about? And I kept seeing the term repressed memories, repressed memories, repressed memories. And I really didn't want to go see what the definition of it was just yet. I wanted to go see if someone had the same type of experience that I had. And so I went and I ended up in like Reddit thread, right? And I'm like, oh, and when I'm reading people's stories, I'm like, oh, so this is a thing. This happens often in people who were abused as a kid. It's like your brain's way of like a defense mechanism, especially when your abuser is still around. Your brain makes you forget. I don't know, but that's a thing, and I just found out about it. So I'm like, oh, so I'm not crazy then. Yeah, I'm not crazy. Repressed memories is a thing. And when I was seeing like other things associated, like other signs of kids who were sexually abused, obesity, depression, anger, maladaptive daydreaming, I just learned what that is. And oh my gosh, I've been doing that up until a few weeks ago. Literally. So I know I'm not tripping. I'm not. Motherfuckers are trying to make me think like I'm tripping because they don't want to be exposed. But I don't give a fuck what motherfuckers think. I know what I know. I'm not gonna lie though. I still wasn't all the way convinced at the time until I wrote it down in my journal first. And then I told my husband to go ahead and read it because I felt uncomfortable even saying it out loud at the time. And then once he read it, he's like, he automatically knew which brother I was talking about. Because he has all of these allegations against him and everybody else is lying except for him. Go figure. And I was still kind of nervous about telling my sister because I'm like, what if she won't believe me? Right? But then when she called me and it was about something totally different, but I just broke down and like I started crying and pacing. She's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And so I just told her like these memories are coming back and like our brother has done this to me. She was confused. She had no idea. So before I get into the story with like my mom's involvement, I want to say that me and my mom have this thing, and honestly, my family, like my aunt, she can see dead people, right? My mom, she'll never tell me what she can do, but I know my grandmother made my mom go like do voodoo before, like sprinkle salt in a pathway, um, in front of one of my great aunts to get her and her boyfriend at the time to split up because the boyfriend was supposedly abusive. But we have this thing where I'll be thinking of something and she'll text, call me, or come around and say exactly what I'm thinking, and then vice versa. So she came ringing my doorbell and I didn't open the door for her that day. I didn't feel like it. I never be feeling like it, honestly. It's just that sometimes it'd be too noisy in the living room to where we can't pretend that we're sleeping or not home. So I have no choice but to open the door. Well, I mean, I do have a choice, but yeah. Um, but this day, I really just didn't feel like being bothered. Like we never had that relationship, anyways. When I lived with her, I stayed in my room all the time. Like we couldn't talk. We never talked about shit. So I mean, I don't know why you're expecting us to be like talking now. When we do talk, it's her doing all the talking, like, and me wishing she shut the fuck up, honestly. But this day, like I said, I didn't open the door. She usually would text me, be like, "Hey, I came knock. I guess y'all in there sleeping." This day, she didn't text me. Whatever, I didn't care. Mind you, these memories hadn't even started coming back yet. The same fucking day. It was the same fucking day. I was watching that podcast. So that evening, those memories started coming back. Yeah. And my mom texted me, "Hey, are you mad at me for anything? If so, you can ask me about it. There's always two ways to a story." What would I be mad about? Because I didn't mention the memories yet. And you hadn't did anything else to me as of late that I know of. So what would I be mad about? You knew those memories had just came back because you had this thought that I had, huh? That's what it was, huh? It's shit crazy. It's like it's deep. It's real deep. So I didn't text back immediately because I didn't really know what to say. I wasn't quite sure that I was even ready for her response, to be honest. So my sister, she ended up telling other people, which I don't mind, baby. I don't give a fuck. As a matter of fact, one of the other people had texted me off a side and was like, they was describing an events where he was fondling with them, and the description, I felt the description, if that makes sense. Like I felt it again. Like I was a little girl feeling it. I had to stop reading for a while because I'm like, what the fuck? She just described the exact feelings, like the exact things. What the fuck? So this other person told my sister that an older woman in the family told her of a situation where my brother did some things with two other cousins. Those cousins are older than me, but they would have been younger at the time. One of them, she doesn't remember at all. So that was really all extra confirmation that I was not tripping because I didn't even know about these other members. And then come to find out, my mom was also raped by supposedly an uncle. My mom has never told me this ever. I swear to you, not too long ago, me, my sister, and my nieces were asking, like, has she been raped before? Because the way she acts is just fucking weird and creepy. Like, she does weird shit. Like, when we were younger, she used to like to check our vaginas like she was a gynecologist. I'm talking about spread our legs open and looking in there, like, to see if we've been having sex. Let me show y'all these text messages, though. So I finally texted her back after telling my sister the first time. I'm gonna put the messages up here so y'all can see. So I tell her these memories that I forgot are coming back to me. I tried to ignore it, but it's hard. So I need to know, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I really don't feel like reading back all these messages. I'm gonna put them on the screen long enough for y'all to read it yourselves. Okay? All right. Basically though, I'm asking her, did she know that my brother used to touch me as a kid? I double texted her actually, and I'm like, you know, once I texted my sister the first time, somebody else came back with a story that was exactly what I experienced. As a matter of fact, I had to stop reading it for a little while because I felt it. I felt like I was a little girl again, and I felt disgusted. Like, it's true what they says, the body never lies. So I know I'm not tripping, and I told her this. So she texted me back like 4 hours later. And she goes, "No, you're not tripping. I think he's just like his daddy." That's a reason why I was hearing he touched. she's doing text to speech, so a lot of things aren't really making sense. But basically, she's trying to say that my brother's dad tried touching my one of my aunts and one of my older cousins and looking at her funny and stuff like that. While that may be true, that man been dead since I was 8. We ain't talking about him right now. We talking about your son who's still alive, creating new victims. Stay focused. Basically, she's saying that she knows her son is a pervert and she wished she knew all of this before. This is the part that got me though. She goes, "Good thing we keep close. We not close though. Like, I tolerate you because you're my fucking mother. But I don't like you." And I always did say, like, if she wasn't my mom, I would never deal with her because she's so fucking fake. Like, I don't even know why her friends even deal with her. Like, so what do you mean we're so close? No, I let you talk, and while you're talking, I'm wishing you would shut the fuck up. That's close to her. Anyway, she goes, "Look at our baby girl Harley. Money can't buy her to go even to the store with him. It won't work." Why are you mentioning that? Because I didn't mention that. But he always did give me money when I was a kid. Always gave me dollars and shit. And I would go across the street to the Mr. Sid and give me some snacks and candy and shit. So you knew that's why he was giving me money then, right? To keep me quiet. So it didn't work for my daughter, but it worked for me. Is that what you're trying to say? Then she goes, "If I knew he touched you, I would have whipped him." Mind you, this man is 15 years older than me. So if he would have touched me and something, let's say I was 5 years old, he would have been 20. You was gonna whip a 20-year-old? I would have whipped him and kept you away from him by yourself. Why would I have to be kept away by myself when the predator is the one that's on the loose doing it to everybody? Why would I have to be by myself? I'm not the fucking problem. He is. She goes, "I heard so many things he did to others, but not to people close by." That's a lie though. Because you knew about the other two family members. There's no way you didn't know. If that one lady who said it knows, trust and believe you know. And you still kept him around. She goes, "Now we have to bury them thoughts. Now that it hit the surface. Bury those thoughts. That's what y'all made me do back then. And I forgot about it. And it was never dealt with. The fuck you mean bury those thoughts?" She was trying to gaslight me, sending me scriptures that she went Google and shit. God is saying to you, July is not about looking back. It's about moving forward. Woman, please get the fuck out of my face. But I texted her back and I was replying to her saying that she was going to whip him. I said, wrong answer. That was a grown ass man. Like, he should have been in jail. His first ever charge was for something like carnal knowledge of a juvenile because they didn't have evidence of her being penetrated. But it's like penetration is not the only way of sex. There's oral sex also. People can use fingers and touch things too, you know? Like, what the fuck? But he claims that girl wanted him because he played football. Everybody who has an allegation against him, they're always lying according to him. And my mother always believes it. But she don't really believe it. She know it. She just don't give a fuck. So I'm like, that's the problem now, because barrenness, those thoughts was making it come to the surface, right? She goes, well, why didn't you tell me back then? What can we do to stop these thoughts? My thing is, though, I have a feeling I told her back then. Because I talked a lot, like way too much. I was telling everything. And I know I remember her telling me, like, don't go repeat what goes on in the house, right? So I really do believe that I told her. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if I told her. And she's acting oblivious to make me think I'm crazy and shit. Like, anyways, I told her because I didn't understand what he was doing at the time, which I didn't. Like I mentioned in church, like he pushed me off, and I'm like, well, this is something we always do. Why the fuck you pushing me off now because I'm not understanding that it's wrong and we're not supposed to be doing it. And it just so happened that I was in church doing it. I was about to blow his fucking cover. I was like 5, 6 years old. I don't know about these things on my own at that fucking age. And I told her like a lot of stuff is a blur and is like coming to me gradually. So she goes, then what to do now? Like what to do now, bitch? So, I told her I remember a time where we were in the apartments in Bola and he was telling me, you don't want brother to go to jail, huh? And that was he had recently got out of jail from when he was got arrested for messing with that girl. He had got out of jail. Told me you don't want brother to go to jail, huh? I remember this. I don't remember what I like the memories about what exactly happened right before him saying that is not yet clear in my head yet, but I do remember that. I even told her the signs of like kids that's being sexually abused. I was all of those things. My sister said I used to be a happy kid. All of a sudden I became violent. I used to beat my nephew up. My nephew was 2 years younger than me, so he's like my little brother because he grew up with us. Like my mom adopted him. So I used to take my anger out on everybody. Him, he would just happen to get it the worst because he was around me the most. As I grew up, as we got older, it calmed down. Like we got close. I would be depressed. We used to swallow sleeping pills, hoping we would never wake up. We would be sad, not even knowing why. And I'm saying we, because me and my nephew, he took his life in October of 2024. But yes, we went through these emotions together through our music. If you listen to our music, which you'll be able to do soon, some of it, you'll see like we've been going through some shit at young ages. And music was just so happened to be our only saving grace, honestly. Yeah, I told her the nightmares. When I would have these nightmares, she would tell me that's the devil. Where's the devil? Your son, yeah. Yeah, your son. The devil. Clearly she didn't give a fuck. I just told her moving forward, I don't want to hear anything about my brother again because honestly, we wasn't even talking to my brother since my nephew's funeral because he was doing some bullshit trying to fuck up all of the arrangements because he couldn't get his way, even though he didn't want anything to do with it. Even though in like 2 weeks prior to my nephew taking his own life, because my nephew had said he was feeling like he wanted to just end his life. His daddy told him, do it, nigga, that's on you if you want to do it. If you die, I'm not going to your funeral. But then you mad because nobody want you agreed to a date. Then when you couldn't afford to get the rental that you wanted on that date to come stunt, you wanted to switch the date until the day that you get paid so you can get the the expensive rental. Like, no, we're not doing all of that shit. We done already like put everything in place. We're not about to change that shit for that. The obituaries was already sent to get printed. He tried to get the people that made the arrangements for the food, my nephew's baby mother, he tried to get them to back out of it and not do like bring the food and shit like that to be petty and all kind of dumb shit. So we hadn't talked since then. My mom, she talks to him and she would try to make us talk to him like Bud said this, he said that, we don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. You're the only one who gives a fuck. I told them moving forward, don't ever mention him again because at this point, I was considering keeping my mom in my life. At this point. So she's like, oh, good. That's a good thing. We can all block him out of our lives so we won't link in. Bitch, I'm not stupid. I know damn well you ain't gonna stop talking to him on my behalf. All the times that boy fuck over you and you still go talk to him, I know damn well you ain't gonna stop talking to him because he fucked over me. He didn't, like I said, he done did other family members and you still revert him as like King Tut or something. So then this is when she goes, like I said, she always doing that creepy shit when I check out vaginas. Yeah, you remember I used to lay you down on the bed and you showed me if you had sex. I knew you didn't because you were still in place with the outside and inside. It would have looked ugly if you had sex. He might have touched you, but it didn't look like you had sex. Even the doctor told me you were still a virgin. So are you trying to say like because he didn't penetrate me, him touching me and doing whatever else was okay? as long as my vagina was pretty. Like, what? What the fuck? What the fuck? So I told her I never did like when she did that shit neither. Like, that was creepy. And she made me feel the exact same way. Now I see that he made me feel, because the body doesn't lie. It's like at this point, is the whole family fucking perverts and pedophiles? Because my nickname is like literally derogative if I tell you what it means. And y'all gave me that nickname as a kid, as a baby. My grandmother gave me that nickname. And I'm not being funny. It just sounds like Friday, but I'm not being funny. And she another nasty one. But yeah, after telling her, like I didn't like that. All you was run about is if I was having sex and making sure we go to church. Meanwhile, we were depressed and hated life and wish we didn't wake up. She didn't give a fuck. Oh wow, I just wanted you to stay safe. I didn't want to make you feel bad. How is that making me say stay safe? If you would have seen something happen to my vagina, that mean it would have already happened. That mean I would have been already unsafe. Are you dumb? So now she goes, I wish he was never born. I never even wanted Ernest, which is my brother's dad. I never even wanted him at the time. He got me drunk to go to bed with him, and then here came, but so you still have therapy and be home with the children. If you need any help, just let me know. Bitch, why the fuck would you think I would trust you around my kids after just finding this shit out? Make it make sense. I'm gonna protect my kids. I don't know about your bitch ass and your mama bitch ass, but I'm gonna protect my kids. Then she starts sending these YouTube links and shit. I'm not clicking that. Like, what the fuck are you sending me YouTube links? Stop doing these 7 things. Why the fuck do I gotta stop doing anything? I didn't do anything wrong but receive a memory that's been locked away for all these fucking years of me being abused by your fucking son. Like, what the fuck? Why do I have to stop doing anything? And then she sends this other link. This one really pissed me off. I didn't even click it, but from what it says, why keeping photos of deceased loved ones? Why you should never keep photos of the deceased on display? Why are you sending me this? I'm asking you if you know that your son molested me and you're telling me I need to take down the pictures of my nephew who passed away in October a few months ago. It hadn't even been a year yet. That's the only picture of deceased loved ones I have around. My nephew. I made the obituary. That's the only deceased loved one I have on display. Why are you sending me that? I didn't respond. Now I did post on Facebook and I seen family members looking. Really, nobody hit me up. Except one cousin hit me up, seeming like genuinely concerned. And that's it. Everybody else just looking. Just looking. And that's fine. I don't give a fuck. Look, motherfuckers, I don't care. Shit. But maybe like 4 days passed since me and my mom last communicated. She finally decides to text me. Not to ask how I'm doing or anything like that. She goes, she sent me a link, another YouTube link. I didn't even click it. But her message was, this is so true. I brought y'all up in the right way. If I was soft-hearted bad, I would have attacked it. You don't have to put this on Facebook. I did bring y'all to church to learn things, but y'all got away from it. You said you don't believe in God. That's on you. That's blasphemy. You will never be forgiven. Some shit like that. And I'm like, no, I don't believe in your God. I don't. But what the fuck do I need forgiveness for? I'm not the fucking serial rapist here. Your son is. Why do I need forgiveness for speaking up? So to that, I responded with this. Like, I do what I want. You're just shame that everybody knows now. Because all the family is, like I said, they're lurking on my social medias now. But yeah, I was saying you just shame. Fuck your God, because I don't believe in your God. That shit don't help with nothing. All those years. Why didn't your God tell you that your son was raping people? Or you knew, like I said, you just didn't give a fuck. She didn't give a fuck. And like I told you, you knew and you didn't give a fuck because it happened to you. She gonna tell me, tell her therapy, not Facebook. So you're not gonna confirm or deny what I just said? I found out that you was raped when you was younger, and I didn't find out by you. And you gonna tell me tell her therapy, not Facebook? So I told her, like, bitch, I tell who I want. I'm not little. Like, you can't make me do anything. It's my social media, bitch. I'm not little anymore. You can't make me forget it anymore. I remember it now and I'm telling it. Well, that's when I tell her, like, um, you knew he was doing that to the other two people in the family. And that's probably why one of them don't fuck with the family now, but I'm about to be just like her. Her response to that picture of CJ being around and spiritual evil things lurking, like she's trying to say that having my nephew's obituary is sending me evil thoughts. The evil thoughts are the memories that your evil son did and your evil ass covered up. What the fuck? Well, how are you trying to blame my nephew for this? So I'm like, no, let go of your Jesus that the white man gave you. Don't tell me what to do. I'm not little anymore. Cause like I said, I don't believe in her God, and y'all might agree with that, and I don't give a fuck. You don't have to tell me that is wrong. I don't believe I'm wrong. You think that, so take that up with yourself, not with me. Thank you. She goes, so if you're big like a house, you need to know the truth of life, or you will go to hell. You don't want that. God is not a white man or a black man or a man. He's a spirit, and he sees in here. You just say he's not a man. Why are you saying he? I ain't never said he was a man. I said let go of the Jesus that the white man gave you, meaning you got that religion because they beat it into your ass. As a matter of fact, no, they use the religion to cover up the shit they be doing. Clock that. Clock that. But my thing is, why mention if I'm big like a house? Because like I said, when I was younger, I overate because of being depressed, and food was like one of the things that made me happy. Food and music. So yes, I was big. But what does that have to do with anything that I'm mentioning? So if you're big like a house, somebody to tell you the truth of life or you're gonna go to hell. What the fuck are you talking about? What does that have to do with anything? This is about your son molesting me, and you're telling me I was fat and you had to tell me the truth or I was gonna go to hell? This bitch is crazy. This bitch is delusional, and anybody trying to make sense of what the fuck she's saying is gonna go crazy. And you're gonna join her fucking circus. This bitch is stupid. And she, like, you come to me to make shit make sense. Why the fuck would you think I'm stupid enough to believe what the fuck you saying? You're stupid. I've always wanted to say this shit, but I didn't want to hurt her feelings because she's my mom. But it's like, if you gonna take up for your son over me, it was like, fuck me. So bitch, fuck you. You're stupid as fuck. And that weed flat to be wearing is ugly as fuck. Yeah, I had told her bye, Joanne. I blocked her, and we haven't talked personally since. But she's called my nieces. Well, one of them didn't answer, the other did answer, and she's like trying to, oh, if I knew this happened, he would have been in the grave. That's not what you told me. You said if you knew it happened, you would have just keep me by myself and whip him. That's it. So now all of a sudden, because I told you that was the wrong answer, you went find a better answer, and now if I knew it would have happened, he would have been in the grave. Bitch, that's not what you said at first. You went think of a better answer now to make your story sound more sympathetic towards you. So that way nobody say, oh, Joanne, how the fuck could you let your son rape your daughters and you don't do nothing about it? Oh, not rape, because we weren't penetrated. He molested. So she also says, she tells my niece, he said he didn't do that. But if he did, it was a mistake. How do you mistakenly molest anybody? How is that a mistake? More than one time, more than one person, more than one occasion. It's a mistake. And you're gonna say that shit and repeat that shit as if that sounds cool, like that sounds okay to say. And then he goes, oh, well, if I did it to her, why wouldn't I do it to such and such? You did do it to such and such and such and such. Just this one doesn't even remember. She found out because somebody older than her told her what had happened. So you did do her too. But anybody who's innocent wouldn't say some dumb shit like that. Well, if I did her, why wouldn't I do her? Like, bitch, I'm gonna do everybody then. And you did. And you did. Nasty bitch, you did. So from all of this, clearly she's on his side. Clearly she only cares about her image and the fact that I exposed it. And clearly I don't give a fuck. But also, I didn't want to keep explaining everything. And I wanted to show these text messages so motherfuckers could know I'm not lying about the delusional shit that she says. So, yeah, here it is. And do y'all think I'm tripping when I say that she knew and she covered it up.